Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Purgatory, and gonna bring you my little review of the first week of Black Ops 4. This is a very unscripted video. This is just my genuine thoughts, things I'm thinking right now, and all that stuff. And the first I'm gonna start off with this game is multiplayer. But before I go into multiplayer, I'm gonna go ahead and do my general thoughts on the first week of this game. I played the first week. I played it a lot. I didn't play it as much as other people did, but I did play it a lot. I'm already like Prestige 2 level 30, I think. And yet again, this is the first week of the game. My thoughts may change, which is why I will do a review at the end of the month whenever, you know, more improvements come in and all that stuff. But this is my current thoughts in the game. As you guys know, I am a huge fan of Call of Duty. Obviously I've been posting nothing but Call of Duty, Black Ops 4, and World War II. I've been posting nothing but that for the longest time, ever since, like, I don't know, I just been liking playing Call of Duty, and like whatever I post on my channel is whatever I'm liking at the time. And if I'm playing a variety of things, then I'll post a variety of things. If I'm playing really only one thing, then I'll just post that one thing. It's kind of just how I like to do it, and I hope you guys do understand. And the content will change maybe in the future, because it's bound to happen. Maybe I just got Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I actually may play that here on the channel pretty soon. Live streams, I've been very unmotivated to live stream all that stuff. Anyways, we're gonna get to that at the end of the video, but today we're again talking about the Black Ops 4 like full game, like the first build, the 1.03 build, the one I'm playing right now, with the new tier system, like supply system. And anyways, my general thought on this game is I think it is so far one of the best Call of Duties out there. I still can't rate it over Black Ops 2. I think Black Ops 2 just has my heart way too much. I still love that game. Even when I go back to it, I kind of suck at it right now, but when I go back to it and I just think about all the good memories that I had with this map, with that game, it's pretty heartwarming and all that stuff. My second favorite game is Modern Warfare 3. In this game, I think it's going to be, it's really challenging where I want to put it, but but right now I think it's right under Modern Warfare 3. It is a very good game. I think it's on my top 3 for sure. Guns feel satisfying. The gunplay, I like the predictive recoil system. That way your gun just randomly doesn't jump and you don't know that it's not gonna just randomly jump. It's not RNG based, basically that's how we've been dealing with it with every single Call of Duty. And some games have done it really well. World War II I think was pretty weak on the recoil system. All in all though, anyways, back to Black Ops 4. So we're gonna go ahead and go straight into the multiplayer. The multiplayer, I think, is a blast. It's despite the server issues that are happening right now, it's the launch of the game. You know, that's just what's gonna happen. It's bound to happen with these games, especially at launch. Modern Warfare Remastered did that as well. Right now, the servers are about, like, from what I've heard from, I think, something nonsense over on Twitter. I'll link his Twitter down below. But they have measured the hertz in the servers of Black Ops 4, saying that they're about 20 hertz, and it's very noticeable. If to the people that do not understand, hertz in servers, like when it comes to 20 hertz, 60 hertz, 60 hertz is the best type of server connection to have, because your connection is crisp. All the gun bullet registration, hit detection is 1-to-1. Basically, if you have a good connection, you're gonna do well in the game, and it's not gonna be based on if the bullet registered or not, which is what kind of 20 hertz does. It's kind of delayed. So when it comes to like reloading your gun, sometimes it's delayed. When it comes to healing yourself, it can be delayed. If you're trying to slide behind cover and like you're behind cover and you still die, that's basically the 20. That's the server. It's the server doing all that desync and all that stuff with everything, with the projectile registration, all that stuff. So in the end, Treyarch did address this on Reddit today actually. I will post that Reddit post in the description below. They had a pretty big two like paragraphs on it, and now we know that they're fine-tuning this, since it's, you know, it's after launch. They wanted the stablest of launches, and that's exactly what I think they have went for, and that makes perfect sense. So anyways, despite the server issues that I'm having, gunplay again, all the maps except for a few, I won't name them right now, but there's like 2 or 3 maps that I don't like playing. I will say my favorite map though is Icebreaker, and the fact that they're still like that, they update this game, they're actually supporting it. They have frequently put out a lot of updates in just this week alone, and they already have an event that's happening, especially for Blackout players, multiplayer players, and Zombies players as well. The Zombies players, I will get to that soon. But again, the support on multiplayer is better than what I thought they were gonna do. I thought they were gonna focus more on Blackout, and me not really being a battle royale player, that's really nice to know. But yeah, again, some maps, okay. I think a big highlight is this game is the customization in the weapons. The weapons, you can basically put attachments on every single weapon, but every weapon has their own set of attachments. Not every single gun has the same attachments, and that's pretty good. All that stuff. Weapon balance, I think needs excuse me. Weapon balance, I think, needs a lot of work. Not a lot. I think it needs some work. I think it needs a little bit of work. I think the ICR, yes, it is counterable. I'm very much aware of that, but I think it still dominates mostly anything in the game. Pretty much, other than the Titan LMG, the Hades LMG, and the Auger DMR, and also the GKS a little bit, but the GKS is just a laser beam. I do think some like all SMGs, this may be because of server issues, I'm not sure, but I feel like all SMGs do need a buff. LMGs are fine. I think specifically the Outlaw sniper rifle needs to have a little bit of a buff to compete with either the Kolschka or the Paladin, to be a gun that people want to use, all that stuff. But yeah, I think we do need some leveling out with I do think we need some balance with the ARs, even though the Rampart's pretty good, KN's pretty good, but again, I think the ICR basically dominates all of those ARs by a lot. But again, the other guns still do destroy other people. So, but I think the top priority that Treyarch should take is balancing SMGs, because I think they're really weak. You can light somebody up who's you're point blank with and still lose the gunfight, and I feel like that's a server issue. I'm not too sure yet. We'll have to see whenever they do fine tune the servers and put it back up to 60 hertz like they did in the beta. We'll see. But yeah, the multiplayer is possibly one of the best multiplayers that I've played in a really long time. Every single kill that you get is satisfying. They actually made the score streaks worth getting. They made camos worth going for. Going back to score streaks, those score streaks, when you earn them, you feel like you deserve them, because they are devastating. So whenever somebody gets the score streak, you may want to get out of the way. But yeah. So, how am I feeling about multiplayer? I think I'm going to give multiplayer about an 8.5 out of 10. I do think the server issues do get kind of annoying after a bit. But all in all, and like some of the gun balance just needs a bit of tweaking. But if they fix that and buff the guns, this could be an easy 9.5 out of 10. The reason why it'd be 9.5 is because of the maps. You can't really change the maps unless they pull off some crazy stuff. Anyway, and also in November we're getting a really interesting take on Nuketown, and that's going to be for free for everybody, which is pretty nice. The tier system, this goes around blackout and multiplayer. The tier system's really nice. I think I like this a little bit better. I still like MWR's supply drop system with the forgivable duplicate armory credit stuff, all that stuff. And you know, the tier system, they did tweak it to where it's now pretty easy to rank up the tiers now. It tracks every minute that you play, and they have adjusted that. No sign of COD points just yet, and I feel like they're gonna implement that within the next week or two. I feel like as soon as they get the server stability going, like they fine-tune the servers, they'll start adding COD points and maybe supply drops. I don't know about supply drops. It seems like they have the supply drops like in the tier system, and maybe you can buy supply drops if you want to, and you get a lot of supply drops in the tier system, and also you get some pretty cool rewards. Anyways, going on over to Blackout, the Battle Royale mode, that's brand new to Call of Duty, with Call of Duty's biggest map ever, and that's not even a joke. It's definitely Call of Duty's biggest map. You've never seen a map this big. Not even Stonehaven from, is it called Stonehaven? The really big castle map from Call of Duty Ghosts. That map was a disaster. The map is massive, and it doesn't, but the thing is, I think everything is spaced out evenly. It doesn't feel like there's dead air in the map. It feels like there's actually consistent environments that you can go up against and you can keep fighting towards. And they actually put out a heat map, which is actually pretty cool, that shows where all the gunfights have happened, and most of them were in points of interest, and that's really good to see. So far I'm liking the map. I do enjoy playing this Battle Royale mode. If I ever get in the mood for a Battle Royale, this will definitely be my number one. I'm still kind of annoyed by the concussion stuff, because it's pretty hard to be immune to that stuff if you don't find a perk, or if you don't find any of your concussions for yourself, or a laser sight to defend yourself with. But yeah, I mean, I still think there's some balancing that needs to be taken, but the armor I think the armor belongs in this game mode, and that brings me back to multiplayer. The biggest flaw I think I have with multiplayer, I actually forgot about this, the biggest flaw I have with multiplayer right now is armor. Even though you can put FMJ on your guns that completely ignore armor, I think that's basically a crutch attachment, that every single weapon you rock needs to have FMJ, and I don't like that. I don't think armor should definitely be in this game, because armor in this game is basically the equivalent of Juggernaut. If you don't know what Juggernaut is, it was basically a perk that gave you more health in games such as Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, I think World at War as well. I think those are the only 3 games that had it. And yeah, I really wish they could take body armor out. I don't think it belongs in multiplayer, but in Blackout though, I think it does belong, because it's Battle Royale mode. You need to be able, Battle Royale I think will always have an unfair scale to it, because it's all based on what you loot, what you find, and what other players find, and what you go up against. It's tough. It's a little tough to play Battle Royale, because somebody can find something better than you, especially like if you have like a level 1 armor, somebody can have a level 3, and they can basically take more bullets than you, and it's kind of sucks. And they can also have a better gun to you. Maybe you never found an AR with a scope. Maybe you never found a sniper rifle at all, and all you have is SMGs and ARs with red dot sights. Like, and if somebody comes up to you, somebody sees you and they have a sniper, they can easily take you out. You're at an immediate disadvantage, and also trying to fight that circle. I'm just not a fan of Battle Royale. But whenever I do get in the mood of Battle Royale games every once in a while, and the only time I really do play them is with friends. So whenever I get in the mood to play a Battle Royale game, I think this is going to be my main Battle Royale. I'm not a fan of Fortnite. I'm not a fan of PUBG. I think this is possibly my number one to go to. Yeah, and that's really just my thoughts on Blackout, to be honest. I'm not really that big of a fan of it. But it's in the game, it's there for other people, and I'm not gonna complain about it, because if I don't really like it that much, I can easily go play multiplayer and zombies. So there's still a place here for me in this game. And that leads me on over to zombies. I think this is possibly one of the best one of the best zombies experiences to date, ever since I believe maybe Black Ops 1, or maybe probably even Black Ops 3. I think World at War was great, Black Ops 2 was great. BO2 had my favorite map of all time, Mob of the Dead, and they brought that back in Blood of the Dead with a heartbreaking ending cutscene, but what turns out to be not what you think it is. I don't know. There's a lot of theory videos out there. You can go check out Mr. Raffle Waffles. You can go check out Rad Austin. They're really good with the story stuff. I like the story and I understand the story, but it's hard for me to explain it, and they're basically the best people to explain it, as hard as it is. The new Chaos maps, I do like Voyage of Despair quite a lot, but I think my favorite of the Chaos is 9. My favorite zombies map of, like, in this whole game is either 9 or Blood. I think I would rate it Blood, 9, Voyage, and Classified. Classified, don't get me wrong, it's great. It's a great map. It's for if you wanted to do challenges, all that stuff, but the fact that it's locked behind Battle Pass, the Black Ops Pass, that's what really upsets me. I know they're gonna probably sell it separately to people down the road, but still, locking it behind a Black Ops Pass is not a go-to for me. I didn't like it, but it's a great map nonetheless. But I don't think it's worth buying the Black Ops Pass for, at least not yet. So, anyways, that's that. Camos are a pain in the ass to go for, but I'm so happy that you can actually use multiplayer camos, and you can also use zombies camos in multiplayer. And they also have a callings system, which was introduced as soon as they put this new event in. But the callings, you do simple little challenges, and you get those challenges done, you get a little reward for them, and you can actually customize your crews in all of the stuff, and it's really cool. I think all the story, I'm really interested to see where the Chaos story goes, especially at the end of Voyage and the end of 9. The end of 9 really messed with my head, and I'm still kind of trying to understand it. I may actually do an explanation video if you guys want to see that. I'm not really one to do that stuff, but I feel like I need to see how I see it. Like, I really need to explain how I see it with that stuff. But I think the Voyage was more kind of explainable, but the 9 Easter egg cutscene, I think, needs to I'd like to talk about and explain. But anyways, yeah, the weapon customization is nice. I really wish you could use your signature weapons in zombies, because I have, if you guys haven't seen the video yet, I got the Divine Justice for the Strife, the GameStop pre-order bonus that I got, which was the Divinity Pistol for the Strife. It's a little signature weapon for the Strife, and whenever you get the Mastercraft camo, it's called the Divine Justice, and that what you saw in the video before, which was recorded straight from my PS4, is possibly one of my favorite camos to come to this game, other than the ICR variant that I saw from HoloPoint's channel. I'll link him in the description below, or at that video particularly. That's a pretty sick camo too. It reminds me of Doom, which is why I really want to try to get it. But it's on the ICR though, and I'm not really a huge fan of the ICR, as OP as it is right now. Anyways, but yeah, zombies, I think, is one of the best experience, and since they are starting a new story, I feel like it's great for people to jump in now. It's probably the hardest experience to do, but with the custom mutations and also the casual difficulty, I think that's great. And also, the only flaw I kind of have with the difficulty stuff is I wish, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can't do progress towards weapons on casual. If you can, please let me know in the comments. I'm not too sure about that, but yeah, I mean, that's really my thoughts right now with Black Ops 4 after the first week. I think this is still a great game. I'm a little peeved. I'm a little upset by the not so great multiplayer servers. but I can understand from a developer standpoint, and I think people need to understand that as well. It doesn't seem to bother many people, but I just want to get that out of there. Being a developer is a rough job, and I hope you guys really do understand that. A lot of people don't really kind of take video game development for granted. Like, they don't really see that side of it, and I've seen that side of it, and it's pretty tough. There's a lot that goes into game development, and sometimes things can just slip through cracks. And also, if you're advertising something great and a lot of people are going to play it, you want to have the smoothest launch. You don't want to launch like Battlefield 4. You don't want to launch like World War II. Like, you want a smooth launch. And I think what they did here was great, but not telling us about the server downgrade, the temporary server downgrade, was kind of a bad move. But all in all, I think this is pretty great for how it is, and I feel like as soon as the servers are fine-tuned, all the weapons are balanced, all that stuff, and when they start updating this game with new maps and new specialists, I think this will be a fantastic year for Call of Duty. I think, quite honestly, I think it's going to be way better than World War II. As much as I really enjoyed World War II, I think I'm enjoying this game a little bit more. I think it's one of the best Call of Duties. And Treyarch really knows what they're doing. Besides, and they keep something in mind, is like, if it's overpowered, make everything overpowered. Like, basically make nothing not overpowered. Make just everything overpowered. That's what makes the game fun. Like, look at Overwatch. Everything's basically overpowered in Overwatch, even though there's some balance issues there. All that stuff. I mean, the slow time to kill took a bit to get used to, but it's really satisfying whenever you get a kill. But yeah, I think I'm gonna give, so multiplayer, I'm gonna give right now an 8.5 out of 10. Blackout, I'm probably just gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for it. Not that big of a fan, but I still like it. I think it's gonna be one of my main battle royale games, and I do think there's some balancing issues that they can make. In zombies, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give it a whopping 9 out of 10. I see what I did there. Reason why it's the 9 out of 10 is really just because there's a lot of accessibility. Yeah. Well, to be honest, I really don't see a flaw with zombies because they fix the crashes, and the Easter eggs are fairly easy to do. I mean, well, I think Blood's Easter egg, one of the challenges steps, I think that's my only flaw with that map. So yeah, I'm actually gonna raise my score and give this about a 9.5 out of 10. I don't like that they locked the map behind a Black Ops pass, a little season pass. They did that before with the Giant and Black Ops 3. That kind of upset me. But yeah, anyways, that is my video for today. I'm going to be doing another review, probably more scripted, because this one is kind of a jumbled mess. So probably going to do more scripted with my next video. But about a month out is about maybe 3 more weeks, maybe 4 more weeks. I'll probably give it like an actual full month. And yeah, and so yeah, those are my thoughts. All in all, I think I'm going to give this game right now an 8 out of 10. I think this is one of the best Call of Duties. Black Ops 2 still has like a 9.5 out of 10 in my head, and Modern Warfare 3 I think has like a 9.25 in my head because I loved how much they supported it. And yeah, I think this is not far behind with about an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. It's a good game. But anyways, that is it. This has been way too long of a review. I've been talking way too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and send you guys off. If you did like this video, make sure to leave a like, comment what you think about Black Ops 4 in general, every single mode. You can separate it. You can put like paragraphs if you want. I'll read them. I'll read as many as I can, even though I probably won't get them. Probably won't get a comment. Anyways, like the video if you did. Subscribe if you were brand new to the channel. I am at 250 subscribers, and I thank you guys so much for getting me up there. It's pretty great. I'm pretty confident about Black Ops 4 this year, with this channel and just other games and my variety of loving of playing games. Anyways, I love you all. You all are the absolute best. Goodbye.